we're into the first map. It's Cobblestone.
I'm going to start off with my trademark.
Yeah,
Let's get ready to rumble! I've stolen that trademark.
I really got into that one last time, but after about 12 hours, I'm kind of not really there.
Look, time has gone so quickly for me because I've been enjoying this day profusely, so I'm still feeling as sprightly as I was earlier.
Yeah, I'm still fine. It's just like getting that level, like when I was screaming earlier, and kind of really
I'll have to carry us on this one.
Maybe I'll get into it. If you start doing it, maybe I'll get into
First round going in the favour of Heroic there is Jugi picking up with a nice little entry kill. Niko on the AWP this time round, as Jugi has been relegated down to the AK-47, has to find 2 players. Will spam and miss on Calyx. Their defuse going to come in right now for SpaceSoldiers, and they'll be evening this one up at 1 piece of each.
That's not too bad at all. Wow.
Bit of an AWP blunder. I don't know what happened there.
Getting an early round on the CT side. You're really aiming for about 3 or 4 here, so that's a good start. Crucial. Maybe they can take an early lead here.
Alrighty, so the AWP is back in Yugi's hands. Maybe there was a wrong selection going in there from old mate Niko, but once again, Yugi finding an opening tag right there onto Calyx, and Niko finishing him off. Wonder why he's D-Niko. Do you reckon that's because there's 2 Nikos at the event?
Yeah, I guess it kind of helps to separate them. I'm not 100% sure. D-Niko. Oh dear, it's going to be Xantares though, and he knows where D-Niko is. Not going to find the shot though. Niko coming up trumps. It's going to be another round for the T side here. 2-1, Chad. And what kind of scoreline would you be hoping for on the T side here? You're looking for the 15-0 straight. What would you be happy with?
I feel like you have to hope the RNG is on your side a little bit as the Ts. I think you'd probably prefer to have the A bomb site maybe. Yeah. As your preferred one. So I think if on the Ts you'd be happy with about 9. I know we've seen other maps where it's been blowouts and the Ts have had like 12 rounds, but I think Cobble is a little bit more even in the retake game. I think there's more avenues to make it into the bomb site.
The ever-evolving
right?
retake game.
More avenues.
We've had ones on this side.
More avenues.
Yeah, well, there's very open bomb sites that lend themselves to AWPing, I think, especially on the T side. Like, not so much CT side, I think you're kind of limited. It's like, if it comes down to a clutch like this, you're 2v1.
Yep.
You then have to come and get really close range, go for no scopes like Kenny was earlier. Like, it's really rough. I think on the T side, it's certainly viable, not so much CT. But then again, how do you shut down the T side AWP without one yourself? It's the double-edged sword.
Yeah, so if you saw what happened just then was Yugi picked from Stables into Connector. Now, maybe if you know that the AWP is on the prowl like it is, don't be picking the choke point straight away as the rifler. Maybe wait a couple of seconds, make that AWPer have to flick between different areas, because you have 40 seconds on the clock once that bomb goes down. You don't really need to rush. You're already relatively close to the site. You can take your time and you can chill out a little bit and then make a calculated decision from there. If your teammate spawns down mid-round for an A long or something, he can also palm out information. So just be a little bit more calculated, focus on the communication, and the frags should come from. And there's one of them. Xantares taking down Niko. Yugi now. 2-on-1 situation.
He's
no utility to work with. Is it a good plan? Ooh, Zanny!
Ooh, getting it done.
Get that defuse up here.
That's not bad at all. Well, Calyx, another defuse for him. It's Xantares with 2 frags. And they find their second round, 4-2 now. Slow but steady, getting into this one now. SpaceSoldiers from Turkey, if you're not aware. I'm not known to be a Counter-Strike nation, Chad. I can't think of any big teams from 1.6. They're probably like WCG events.
Dark Passage.
Yeah, did they damage?
Not particularly. A couple of upsets here, there, and everywhere. Yeah. Nothing to really write home about. And then there's Madja, who was playing in the French scene in 1.6, but he's actually Turkish, I believe. Yeah, like you said, not a whole lot of history.
But it's still
not like the UK Counter-Strike scene.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Like, that's obviously.
Jeez Louise.
Wow. Okay. Xantares, little wallbang there to finish things off, and it's going to be a defuse that comes in his favour as well.
Yeah, they were playing a very heads-up, fast-grounded Counter-Strike in the match against G2, but I think G2 were making that the brand of Counter-Strike that was getting played, if that makes sense. They took their time, then they both spawned to come from behind, and they waited it out, 1 drop and 1 long, and managed to pinch it perfectly. And you see what I mean right there? You wait a couple of seconds, now Yugi has to move because there's too many choke points for 2 players to cover, and the pressure's on. Dink comes in. Swarming CTs will finish him off, and Niko in a 2-on-1 situation. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you very much, Chad. Yes, it's me, Henry G, in the studio, live and direct with SpaceSoldiers versus Heroic. It's a 2 versus 1 situation, and Xantares, he comes up, trumps once again, double frag, and SpaceSoldiers on the CT side have tied things up. 4-4 now. Heroic starting to feel the pressure.
Well, it's pretty hot under the lights.
It's pretty dark in that studio, actually.
No, I meant our lights.
Oh, okay.
So I can.
You got the sweat patches like me?
They might have gone.
Right, I've still got... No, I've gone as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's cooled down a little bit.
Yeah.
That's nice. Oh, a boost coming in
Yeah,
here.
G2 did this earlier in the first round of their game. So SpaceSoldiers are used to seeing this.
Yeah.
They know it's a possibility.
That map territory that gives, you know, the definitive answer that no one's coming from connector or, I guess, the vent room is very important for Jugi. He can really focus now on the side cross, but this is a tight angle. If he hits their shot, the crowd will go wild. Whoa! And that's the crowd going wild there, Hank.
Yeah, well, I'm excited. That's perked me right up. It's up to Xantares now. Cannot win this round. Surely not. He's going to have to get straight on the bomb right away. No, he can't even get past. Too far gone. Good try. Nonetheless, it's always going to be rough on the CT side. Heroic still another round away. 5-4. They take the lead here. A little replay of this nice shot. Oh, that's actually quite disciplined, right? Because he had the player crossing the bomb site. Some people would try and flick and maybe get that kill in his favor, but waited for it and got delivered the goods.
There by Niko.
Always a safe smoke. You can't, this is why it's such a T-sided affair, right? Because you can smoke off that key choke point. How do you even get out of that? Like, unless you go flash over, you can get lucky and get through the smoke, you're still coming for a great screen.
You're up the creek without a paddle.
Yeah, so you have to go drop down, but they do find a kill. Calyx delivering once again, Chad, with the AWP.
Jugi
Up to Niko!
Jugi probably overstepping his bounds there, I would say, Henry.
Yeah,
I know that you guys were very... Actually, it wasn't you guys, was it? It was something else I was watching earlier today. Moses was very impressed with something that happened in a 2-on-1 situation.
What, his tournament where he's at?
Yeah. It was the Dark-sided team. They played a really reserved situation.
Darkside, are they the Australian team?
Yeah, they beat Enigma 6 and knocked him out of the tournament.
I don't know who Enigma is. Can you remind
It's like
me?
Whitmer and Vice. And
Oh,
those
okay, North American
guys,
team.
yeah.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Dick Stacey is my favorite player. Real pace behind that one there. As Xantares bowls Niko over for a duck and finishes off Jugi. Hashtag cricket reference. Hashtag.
Should we do some more cricket stuff? I don't think there's enough cricket.
Bowling, Shane. Do you remember Shane Warne?
Shane Warne is one of my favourite, yeah.
He's a bit of a womanizer like Matthew. So.
Yeah, he's a bit of the bad boy of the cricket scene, isn't he? Yeah. The master of spin as well.
He was dating Liz Hurley.
Really?
Actually, he still could be.
He's got his trademark hair as well, which I believe is fake now. But
no. He went. He got he got it sorted out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But so it's fake now, right?
No. It's not a toupee. It's like
right. It's like a procedure.
Yeah, he got it done.
But still, like he's always been an icon of your country.
Yeah,
I think.
Greatest spin bowler ever. I think.
Spin, yeah.
Yeah, the king of spin.
I think we should get into cricket. We should get a charity game set up. All the esports personalities.
Yeah, the problem is we don't really have enough of us.
It's about 6
cricket.
of us have ever played cricket.
We have to play like a bad sport.
Like have to like
NFL or something.
Softball or something like that.
Yeah.
Something everyone can have a go with. Badminton, of course. What else would it be? Fucking badminton, the sport that haunts us perpetually here in CSGO. We've never done stuff like that. Like, I guess we've got the football match coming up with the SK and VP.
Yeah, well...
Not that hyped about that, to be honest.
Me either.
Like, well, I don't really care. But, you know, maybe it'll be interesting.
The fans care.
I guess it'll be streamed, right? We're just doing like a video.
It'll be cool, but like you're gonna have the ticker of the Brazilians versus the brute force of the Polish. It's not really gonna be a beautiful game.
I hope they play prison rules. Just get stuck in there. Like, I'll break some legs.
If they play prison rules, then Virtus.pro are gonna win.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Snacks will be breaking people over his knee. Come here, bitch.
Grab Taco, just snap him off.
No money for you, bitch.
That's a great one. Simple. I hope he delivers some more banter.
He's a character, isn't he?
You bitch. He's so good.
he's such a funny guy. I love it.
He's a nice man as well. He gets a lot of shit for maybe not being so, but yeah, he's actually a lovely person.
He's just a passionate guy, right? Like I feel people like Get Right because he's passionate, but it's the same thing. Like the only reason that Simple, you know, maybe gets upset about things is because he wants to win so badly.
Yeah.
You can't fault somebody for having a hunger to win.
No, absolutely. And he's still a very young man as well. It's difficult to control those emotions. It's not a natural environment, being this age and being in front of the camera all the time, playing for millions of dollars and all this sort of stuff, and like traveling around the world, living in another country. There's lots of different variables there that can drive a man insane, you know? Speaking
of living together, or living in other countries or whatever, I heard the SpaceSoldiers guys all live together.
They do, indeed.
That's like the hyperbolic chamber out of Dragon Ball Z. It's a great way to kind of speed things up in a shorter period of time, I would say, Hank.
Niko gets it done.
That's it, 9-6. That was the scoreline that I predicted, and that's the scoreline that we've got. The Oracle, they call me. The Prophet.
I think SpaceSoldiers will actually be happy with that either way. Like, they only got 4 against G2, and they still blew them out of the water, so... Yeah. See what happens here. Xantares with his new long hair. Got the hairband in right now. He only keeps the hairband in when he's playing. So he wants the hair down, Chad, but he doesn't want it in his eyes. He doesn't want to risk that.
So he's like a good sports when he has the sweatband on?
Yeah, exactly. You haven't seen many sweatbands in these sports.
No, unfortunately, no.
We've got some, like, we have hand warmers. Did you ever, when you were a player, right? Did you ever see the benefits of a hand warmer? Or are you just doing it because everyone else is doing
Only in the later stages I started doing it, and that's because I started to get very sore hands.
Okay.
So it was better just to make sure they stayed warm as opposed to...
Would you not get sweaty hands from these hot packs?
Not really, because you just keep moving it. It's basically just something to play with, right? You could just use one of those spinners. I don't know if you've seen them. Yeah, they're pretty good.
In fact, they've just hit Australia. They were on the TV, right, when we were there last week. They were talking about them on every news segment saying, the new hot craze, the fidget spinner, is this a bad thing for your kids? Like, there was all that shit going on. I was like,
Australian news is the most... I got asked to do an interview for Sunrise, right?
I watched it. I didn't watch it.
You did watch it, but I just didn't want to. I didn't want to go on it and do it because of like the fact that these Muppets just spin narratives in Australia and make it seem like it's such a negative thing. I would have lost it on.
Yeah, that's what they do with the
TV.
fidget spinner, though. That thing, literally, that spin. They're like, is this ruining classrooms? Is it ruining our kids? And
just if you don't want to use it, just say don't use the thing.
Yeah. No, like, it's not a big deal of it. Like it's like a new drug or something. Yeah. Like it's a bit of metal that spins around. Like,
my country's very.
Yeah, your country's a bit weird like that. We should probably get back to the game, shouldn't we?
No, that's okay, because we're still in the early stage of the second half.
I guess it's fine. One thing I wanted to know about Australia as well, overall, it's like a podcast / commentary.
Yeah,
sort
it's
of
talking Ghana with Chad and Henry.
So basically, another thing I had a problem with Australia was like it's got a reputation being a massive drinking nation, right? But it seems to be like stifled in every way. You can't actually drink anywhere.
Sydney's a bit rooted, I would say, in the sense of they've recently, in the last, I think it's like 2 to 4 years, something like that, have these new drinking lockout laws. It was never like that before, and actually the lockout laws have...
It just seems like everything's really regulated over there. Like trying to buy cigarettes as well, like $37 for a pack. Like I get it, you don't want people to smoke, but
yeah, then just
like
ban
it's still
them,
like it's still just robbing them at that point. Like you're just taking money, and like they're still going to buy them. It doesn't really stop anyone from smoking. I don't know.
Yeah, we're pretty backwards, right? We do have a very loose culture in that sense, but it's just like we're almost like a country of SJWs, right? Like everything just needs to be regulated and looked after. And
where's the fun? That's what I'm saying.
Well, the fun's happening right now as Xantares is putting on a show for us, putting both members of Heroic to bed right now and tying it up 9 pieces of each as we are moving into the middle part of this second half. Actually 10-9 in favor of Space Soldiers.
This is where SpaceSoldiers get into it. They've got the lead on the T half as well. This is going to be rough. Like, I don't see a world where Heroic win this.
Yugi still is bashing his head against a brick wall to bring that AWP out. He is making up the mid-ramp. He's got a lucky spawn here, I would say. This is a good chance for him to find a frag, but both players from SpaceSoldiers are relatively hidden. It's not like they're in any danger. And we'll find Niko, but he knows where he is. Xantares is playing very aggressive, and Yugi gifted a frag there, Henry. That's a blunder. They might be regretting that one later down the track.
They might do. Might very well do. Well,
okay. Well, I thought it was important, but guess I just won't talk anymore.
No, it's absolutely fine. I enjoyed it. But we do tie things up, I believe. There it is, 10-10. Orbs out once again. This is what we were saying before. SpaceSoldiers don't use the AWP, Chad, here on Cobblestone T-side. They're more than happy to set up, not the triangle, but I guess...
They've got one half of the triangle.
The half triangle of Doom. And Yugi now...
I just think, the fact that they're so competent with these AKs, they're not giving away frags. Like, in the sense of what Xantares did on the previous round where he actually overstepped his bounds and he got picked off. Sure. The AWP can be very penetrating if you are lucky enough to pick the right angle and find the frag, right? But it is that gamble. Which choke point do I watch? Like, how do I apply this? But yeah. Who else is in the SpaceSoldiers team? I know it seems like a bit of an awkward question. These are the two standout names.
I remember Tugok's in there as well, but he's now gone.
Okay.
So I couldn't tell you. If you told me them, I'd say, oh yeah, it's him. But I can't remember right now.
It's one of those moments right now.
Yeah, and like, they don't come to many events. So that's my customers' assembly. They could have well changed the team since then. That was a while ago. But there we go. They're so snappy, that AK. Like it's just they look really controlled and calm when they're shooting. Like
they're actually playing the situation, the crossfires, very well. They have a good synergy in these afterplan scenarios. They're not fighting in choke points where they can't really be traded. Even if they do get into a duel, they're still delaying time. It's good to see. They're not just relying on aim. They're kind of using all the best bits of Counter-Strike to their advantage. And a flash comes off, isn't going to get Xantares, and he's going to fire, I guess, madly. As Yugi now knows where he is. He will find Xantares. Calyx pushes up to cannons, grabs one, has to finish off Yugi here to get the 2-piece feed. Jumps up on the cannons.
Get the 2-piece feed in.
And we'll do it.
Well, I think this is looking like SpaceSoldiers will be running away with map number 1. I can't remember map number 2. Was it Overpass or Cache, maybe? Mirage. It was Mirage. It was definitely Mirage. And then we get a map if required on the 3rd. Thank you for sticking with us today, guys. We obviously, it's the first time we're gauging this kind of setup. And
yeah, I didn't really know what to expect in terms of like how the games would progress.
I didn't expect so many overtimes.
No, me either. I think that neither did production.
No. So it's been interesting, but hopefully you're enjoying. We obviously have a lot of fun here with this one that we're trying to make a little bit looser.
We can't keep everyone happy, Henry.
Yeah. Well, we try and do what we can. But we're trying mixing it up between casting and fun and discussion. And I think we're finding a pretty good balance right now.
Yeah, well, I think...
You listen to us banging on about Counter-Strike all the time. Sometimes it's nice to talk about something else, you know?
Even when we're not talking about Counter-Strike, it's somehow related to Counter-Strike.
Yeah. Well, I think we're coming to the closing sectors here, Chad. 14-10. And SpaceSoldiers looking like... We're hitting everything, but Xantares now in the 2 versus 1 against Niko's the platform. That's a rare miss from the young man. Yeah, normally hits those.
It's mounting, isn't it? Even though they're looking in a good position to close this match out, they whiffed a couple of sitters there. And heroic fighting back, but I don't think it's going to be enough because the way that this half's progressed so far, they haven't looked like they've had much of a chance. Haven't been given a lot of a chance here, and it is back to that A bomb site where SpaceSoldiers had that string of success. And will we see more of it as both players are moving quickly over for that boost? That was good initiative. They didn't waste any time. Xantares now taking full control. Connector is theirs in the palm of their hand, you might say. And Jugi coming up the mid-ramp. Has a lot of angles to check right now. His teammate, Niko. Oh, that flash absolutely destroyed Jugi. And Xantares is going to show him the door. And Calyx getting match point with a nice shot there onto Niko.
You love to see it. SpaceSoldiers looking very comfortable here on Cobblestone. If you're just joining us and wondering, how has a team like SpaceSoldiers arrived at this event and this sort of lineup, the likes of FaZe and G2, Na'Vi? Well, actually, they beat G2 earlier in quite convincing fashion. 2-0, very skilled players, obviously under the radar, and showing us why they are here right now. Xantares with a double kill to finish things off there, Chad. 16